RHONY daughter Quincy Morgan confirmed the family loss in a heartwarming tribute. I very much loved and admired my dad. Sonja Morgan's ex-husband, John Adams Morgan, dead at 94. John Adams Morgan, ex-husband of the Real Housewives of New York City alum Sonja Morgan, has died at age 94. Sonja's daughter, Quincy Morgan, shared the tragic news via Instagram on Friday, February 7, shortly after John's obituary was published in the New York Times. Quincy didn't provide details surrounding her father's death, but confirmed he passed away in February. Quincy Morgan shares a tribute to her late father. I want to take the opportunity to tell you all myself that my father passed away this month, she wrote in an Instagram story. My family is navigating this together. I very much loved and admired my dad. I am so grateful for the love and care I have been shown in these past weeks. Quincy said she has been mourning the loss alongside her family. She also posted a heartwarming throwback photo of her and her dad. Who was Sonja's ex-husband, John Adams Morgan? John was born to one of the most influential families in American history. He was a descendant of U.S. Presidents John Adams and John Quincy Adams, the great-grandson of financier/industrial organizer J.P. Morgan, and the son of Morgan Stanley founder Henry Sturgis Morgan Sr. While attending Yale University, John competed in the 1952 Summer Olympics, where he secured a gold medal in the 6-meter class sailing event. He would go on to work for several financial institutions before founding the investment entities Morgan Lewis Githens and On, incorporated in 1985, and Morgan Joseph LLC in 2002. Sonja married John in 1998, about 8 years before they finalized their divorce. Although he and Sonja only had one child together, John had 2 older sons from previous marriages. John Adams Morgan Jr., who he shared with his first wife, Elizabeth Robbins Choate, and Chauncey Goss Morgan, who he shared with his second wife, Tanya Gross. Before tying the knot with Sonja, John had exchanged I-does with Ann Choate. He was married to his 5th wife, Connie Morgan, at the time of his death. Sonja sheds light on her and John's relationship. We love each other. Sonja touched on her and John's relationship during a 2018 appearance on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, insisting she was still very much a part of the Morgan family. First of all, I like to say I didn't divorce the family. My husband and I divorced, the RHONY alum said. He didn't divorce me. I didn't divorce him. We love each other. We love our daughter. The passing of John Adams Morgan. The world of wealth, high society, and prestige often comes with a unique set of complexities. But for Quincy Morgan, the daughter of the Real Housewives of New York City alum Sonja Morgan, and her late ex-husband John Adams Morgan, that world was home. The passing of John Adams Morgan, a man born into one of the most influential families in American history, was a moment of profound loss. At 94, John had lived a full and varied life, from competing in the 1952 Summer Olympics to shaping the financial world as a founder of multiple investment firms. Yet, despite his achievements, it was his role as a father that left the most lasting impression on those who loved him. Quincy Morgan, John's only child with Sonja, confirmed the family loss in an emotional and heartfelt tribute shared on Instagram. A legacy of greatness. John Adams Morgan's life was nothing short of remarkable. Born into a family that boasted a lineage of U.S. presidents and financiers, his name carried weight long before he made his own mark. His great-grandfather was the legendary financier J.P. Morgan, and his father, Henry Sturgis Morgan Sr., was the co-founder of Morgan Stanley. These family connections made John an integral figure in both financial and social circles. Yet, for those closest to him, it was his personal qualities that defined him. A man of quiet strength, John was known for his dedication to the sport of sailing. In 1952, he competed in the Summer Olympics in Helsinki, where he won a gold medal in the 6-meter class sailing event. His passion for sailing remained a constant throughout his life, and it was an arena where he found both solace and success. But while his achievements in the financial and sailing worlds were impressive, it was his role as a father that truly mattered to him. Quincy Morgan, his daughter with Sonja Morgan, shared her admiration and deep love for him in her tribute, a sentiment that resonated with everyone who knew John. Quincy's words on Instagram revealed the immense affection she held for her father, expressing how his loss had left a void in her heart. Quincy's heartfelt tribute. On February 7, 2025, Quincy Morgan took to Instagram to share the news of her father's passing. Her message was brief yet deeply poignant. "I want to take the opportunity to tell you all myself that my father passed away this month. My family is navigating this together. I very much loved and admired my dad. I am so grateful for the love and care I have been shown in these past weeks," she wrote. In addition to her heartfelt message, Quincy shared a throwback photo of herself with her father. The photo, taken years ago, captured a moment of pure love and warmth between the two. The image spoke volumes about the bond they shared, a bond that transcended the complexities of family dynamics and was rooted in mutual respect and admiration. As Quincy continued to mourn the loss of her father, she expressed her gratitude for the support and care her family had provided during this difficult time. It was clear that, despite the public nature of their lives, the Morgan family's strength and closeness were evident in their private moments of grief. A complex family legacy. John Adams Morgan's life was filled with numerous accomplishments, but his personal relationships were just as layered. His marriage to Sonja Morgan, which began in 1998, was a significant chapter in both their lives. Sonja, known for her role in The Real Housewives of New York City, often spoke fondly of her ex-husband, despite their divorce. In a 2018 appearance on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, she shared her perspective on her relationship with John, saying, "We love each other. We love our daughter." Sonja made it clear that, although they had divorced, she had never felt separated from the Morgan family. "First of all, I like to say I didn't divorce the family. My husband and I divorced. He didn't divorce me. I didn't divorce him. We love each other. We love our daughter," Sonja explained. Her words reflected a deep sense of respect for the man she had once married and the family they had built together, particularly for the sake of their daughter, Quincy. Sonja and John's divorce, finalized after 8 years of marriage, had been a subject of public discussion at the time. Yet in the years that followed, it became clear that the love between them, while complicated, remained intact. Their shared love for Quincy was a constant, and even in their separate lives, they remained connected through her. Quincy's reflections on her father. As Quincy continued to navigate the grief of losing her father, she found solace in the memories they had shared. She often reflected on their time together, recounting moments of laughter, love, and life lessons. Quincy's tribute to her father was not just about mourning his loss, but also celebrating the man he had been. Growing up in a world where the spotlight often shone on her mother's high-profile life, Quincy had always maintained a sense of grace and dignity. Yet, behind the public persona, she was a young woman deeply affected by the loss of her father. Despite the distance that time and life's complications often create, her relationship with John had remained strong. In the days following his passing, Quincy found comfort in the memories they had shared, and in the love and support of her family. "I very much loved and admired my dad," Quincy had written. Those words spoke volumes about the kind of man John Adams Morgan had been, a man who, despite his wealth, fame, and accomplishments, was cherished most for his role as a father. A family united in grief. Though the Morgan family had seen its share of challenges, the bond between its members had always remained steadfast. The news of John's passing was not just a moment of sadness for his immediate family, but for all those who had known him over the years. His legacy, both in the financial world and in his personal life, was undeniable. Yet for Quincy, his death was a deeply personal loss, a loss of a father who had been there for her throughout her life. As she navigated the complexities of grief, Quincy found herself surrounded by the love of her mother, Sonja, as well as her extended family. The Morgans were a family with a storied history, but it was the love and care they showed each other in times of sorrow that truly defined them. In the days following John's death, the family came together to mourn, to reflect, and to celebrate his life. In many ways, Quincy's tribute to her father was not just an acknowledgement of his passing, but a celebration of the love they had shared. It was a love that transcended the intricacies of family dynamics, a love that would endure long after his physical presence had faded, a final goodbye. On February 7, 2025, the world lost a man of great stature, John Adams Morgan. But for those who loved him, his family, his friends, and his community, his memory will live on.